things I want to talk about is Max Muncy has no business batting cleanup. That needs to end until he can consistently prove that he can go up there and he can perform like a cleanup hitter, perform like a hitter that deserves to be hitting in the heart of your lineup. Now, he is the Dodgers' most prolific thumper in the last 4 seasons. He has 122 home runs since joining the Dodgers in 2018. That's more than anyone on the team. He hit 35 bombs in 2018, 35 bombs in 2019, 12 in the 60-game season in 2020, and then a career-high 36 home runs last year. But so far this season, we know the walks are there. We know he leads the league in free passes with 27, has a 341 on-base percentage. If you look at his WRC+, he's just slightly below league average at 97. And if you look at his batting average and his on-base percentage, he has the biggest disparity from his batting average to his on-base percentage than anyone right now currently in Major League Baseball. He has a 147 batting average and a 341 on-base percentage. And I'll be the first guy to tell you that batting average doesn't tell you the whole story. It doesn't include 5 of the 10 ways you can reach base, but that's beside the point. Really, when it comes to Max Muncy, it's the lack of power. And right now, so far this season, in the cleanup spot, the Dodgers, they're slashing 174, 321, 321 with a 642 OPS, 3 home runs. And like I said, it's not like he isn't contributing. His ability to get on base helps this team. We know on base is king, and tonight he did go 1 for 5, had an RBI single there in the bottom of the 3rd to put the Dodgers on top there 3-2 at the time. But then later in the 6th inning, with the bases loaded, an opportunity to really help blow this thing wide open and give the Dodgers some big runs there, especially when you consider the final score was 12-10, and he ends up swinging and missing at that Brad Hand slider just underneath it, and he wasn't able to come through. Now, he did hit that Gibson changeup so far this season. He is having success on off-speed, a 357 batting average against off-speed pitches this season, but against fastballs, a 119 batting average, a 215 expected batting average, 271 slug, a 467 expected slug against heaters this season. Last year, he was hitting 307 against fastballs, but at the very least, he was aggressive in that at-bat, and that's been an issue with Muncy this year as well, just not being aggressive and not getting to enough pitches in the zone. So you got to be more aggressive at the plate. I don't want to see him swinging underneath breaking balls, taking pitches in the zone, taking fastballs in the zone, and the numbers will tell you. If you look at his numbers when it comes to swinging at pitches inside the zone, he's doing that less than he ever has in his career. He's a little more hesitant. He's not as aggressive. Usually if there's pitches in the zone, he's going to swing at them, and he's going to try to put some wood on those pitches and do damage, but it's almost like he's going up there and looking for walks. It almost reminds me of, look, they say you can't save your way to wealth. You can't save your way to wealth. You got to take risk, and scared money don't make money, like A Tribe Called Quest said. If you look at his hard hit percentage, last year it was at 46.6%. This year that's down to 37.7%. If you look at his expected slug, last season it was at 583. That was in the top 4% of the league. This year, that number's down to 433. So, yes, there are some positive stats when you look at his barrel percentage, but if you look at that max exit velocity, the average exit velocity, the hard hit percentage, those numbers are down across the board. And yes, is he a victim of the dead ball so far this season? There's a chance that's a possibility, but really, I just think that he's not getting behind the fastballs, not getting on top of those fastballs, and we're not seeing that same finish that we've seen from Max Muncy. And look, there's some balls I think that he's just not getting to that we've seen him get to in the past and hit over the fence. Now, is it the UCL injury? Is it the torn UCL that he suffered in the last game of the season, thanks to Jace Peterson there for really hurting the Dodgers' postseason hopes, and I think hurting Max Muncy early on this season? I definitely think that's something that is a factor here. Now, how would I address this if I were Dave Roberts? Well, the first thing I would do is I'd move Muncy down in the order. Move him off that cleanup spot, take him out of the heart of the lineup until he can prove that he can handle pitches in the zone. And I think that it'll take some pressure off of him. It'll allow him to find his power stroke once again, find a rhythm at the plate, because right now it does look like Max Muncy is pressing. He wants to have success, and give him all the credit in the world. I think a lot of players wouldn't be in the lineup, but he's a very tough guy. He has that X-Dog in him, if you know what I'm saying. And if you look at him, though, just the numbers, his last 39 plate appearances, he's hitting 128, 346, 256 with a 603 OPS and 1 home run and 1 triple, going 5 for 39. So like I said, I like to bring my facts to the fight, and the numbers right now indicate that he should not be batting cleanup right now for the Dodgers. Now, who should be batting cleanup for the Dodgers? I really think Will Smith should be in the lineup. He's been hot. He was 4 for 8 in his last 2 games, was 3 for 4 in his last game before not being in the lineup last night. And also Edwin Rios is another guy that I think that you should, maybe if you want to give Max Muncy some time on the bench, maybe Edwin Rios, you put him in the lineup because he's been hotter than the devil's armpit of late. Yes, the strikeout numbers are high, but I think he's a guy in that situation that deserves an opportunity to see what he can do from a power standpoint. Maybe not in the cleanup spot, but maybe you give him a chance in the heart of the order if you decide to give Max Muncy a little bit of time off. But I think with Max Muncy, it's more of not his ability or he's washed or anything like that. I just think that he's dealing with the effects of that torn UCL, and they have to get him right in time for the postseason, because I'm telling you, this team, Max Muncy, is one of the most underrated parts of their success. He's the guy they rely upon for that slugger. I told you earlier, he's been their most prolific power hitter since he joined the Dodgers back in 2018. I think right now you're kind of doing him a disservice by putting him in that cleanup spot where he just doesn't have it right now to perform. Now, I do think he's going to get it back. I have full confidence that Max Muncy is still going to be a key contributor to this Dodgers offense and be about as important as anyone in this Dodgers lineup by the end of the year. But I think right now you kind of move him down in the order. But let me know down below in the comment section, what is your ideal lineup for the Dodgers right now? What is your most optimal lineup for the Dodgers right now? Give me your 1 through 9, and also who do you think should be batting in the heart of the order? Who do you want to see in the number 4 or 5 spots right now for the Dodgers? Who should be hitting cleanup for LA right now? Let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, podcasts, interviews, breakdowns, and more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.